Hello, and welcome to another session with Miss Brandy. I'm coming to you from the Boys and Girls Club of Greater St. Louis. Today, I wanted to talk with you about discovering your passion. So, as we take this journey, we'll be talking about how to get to that. What can you do to bring that passion out, if you will? What is passion? Why is passion important? And three questions you can ask yourself to figure out how to discover what your passion is. So take this journey with me as we discover our passion. And when you get a chance, go ahead and start writing things down. So go ahead and get your notepad and your pencil, and we can write as we discover new ideas on how to discover our passion. Um, as we go, you'll see I have little sayings that kind of sit right next to me. So pay attention to those sayings and stuff sometimes. Well, one of the first quotes or sayings, if you will, that I came across that I thought was very important to share with you was this: surely something resides in the heart that is not perishable, and life is more than a dream. You ask me, well, what does that mean, Miss Brandy? What are you talking about? There is something inside of you that no one, absolutely no one, can take away or know anything unless you go sleep in eternal peace. That's the only way that it's going to disappear. And even then, if you leave what they call a legacy, your passion, which is what I'm talking about, will shine through. So as we go along, just keep this thought in your mind here that what's inside of you, there is something there that can't be taken away. It can't die. And that again is passion. So we ask, well, what is passion? What does that mean? What passion? Well, passion is what we would say maybe an enthusiastic feeling, right? Something you're excited about, something that gives you butterflies, something that you will advocate for. What does avocation mean or advocate? It means to stand up for, speak for, have an interest in, if you will, and you'll fight for that right or whatever it is that you believe. So it's kind of like loyalty, if you will. You have your best friend, you're loyal. You believe in this friendship, so you go hard for it, right? It's in this sense. So passion is an enthusiastic, interesting, intriguing, lightning kind of feeling. So can passion be negative or can passion be positive? Passion can be both. You can be very passionate in a negative fashion, or you can be passionate in a very positive fashion. So, example of maybe negative passion, and it is viewed as negative. You're arguing with someone, right? And you're getting extremely excited about what you're talking about. Not excitement in the sense of, I'm so excited about what I'm talking about, but you're trying to get your point across and you are very passionate, you're very adamant about it. That can come across as negative. Positive passion. Positive passion would be what you believe in, what you want, what you see that homeless. You want to be one who has a solution for homelessness. So you advocate, you do all these things to make sure you can figure out how to get these homeless people off the street. You fight, you go to meetings, you march, you rally, you go out, you give them things. You're very passionate about it. You're enthusiastic, you have energy, positive energy that goes towards it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's passion. So how would we describe passion? Again, an enthusiastic feeling, excitement. Oh my God, and sometimes it's not excitement in that point. Sometimes it's an adrenaline rush. Sometimes passion can have a pressure that weighs on you. But it's something, like I said, that you can feel, you you feel it mind, you feel it body, you feel it in your soul. You can eat, sleep, drink this thing, if you will. Passion. It's that fire inside of you, right? That's how I would describe it. So on your pencil and paper that you got out, write down how you would describe passion. I described how I think passion is and what I think it would look like. Again, something very exciting and enthusiastic. Not always is it exciting. It can be scary. Passion comes with lots of emotions, okay? So now that we've said what it is, so it's an enthusiastic feeling, it's excitement. It can be both negative and positive, but we're looking at the positive aspects of passion and how to discover it, okay? So, passion isn't something that people find overnight, but a lot of times it shows up in life early and becomes clear as people grow, right? So, Ms. Brandy, again, what are you talking about? What does that mean? It just means with experience. As you grow, as you get older, as you start to maneuver your way through the world, you start to see the things that you like. You start to see the things that you don't like. You're probably there now. There are things that you just hate. Let's go with subjects in school. You got math, you got history, you have science, you have social studies, you have English composition. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on. But then you have classes like music, band, gym, shop, tech. I mean, and go on and on and on. On this hand, I named things that seem more exciting, artistic wise, again, art, gym, band, singing, these are things we can do, we can be excited about. But then on this hand, I named math, English, science, social studies, all those things that you just like. But there's somebody who fits this hand, who's very passionate about math. I'm not one of them. I'm an English girl. However, there are people who love math and they're very passionate about it. They can go on and do amazing things with numbers. And then you have people who are passionate about words. So speaking of English, like a poet, Maya Angelou, uh, I was thinking her name, Hurston. Um, I can go on and on and on. Langston Hughes, I can again go on and on about passion. These are people in my eyes that are very passionate about what they do, their purpose. So let me get into that a little more. So as again, this saying that you see right here, and it's talking about how you get there, if you will, or when you will discover it. Again, you're not gonna always discover it right off. I didn't discover my passion right off. Now, I've done it for years on end, but didn't realize it was passion, right? So you ask me, Miss Brandy, what's your passion? We'll get to that. And I'll tell you how I discovered it. But again, as I go, as I've learned through life, as experiences have come to me, and I've come to some of my experiences, again, I start to learn what I like and what I don't like. And these are ways that you figure out what you're most excited about and what you will go hard for. And then there are those things that you're just saying to yourself, nah, I'm good. I won't give it any more energy. Right? So here is where we're going to talk about 3 questions that I was able to come up with that can help you and guide you towards what you like, what's your passion, right? How do I discover what this is that I like to do? Here's where you get to learn a little bit more about Miss Brandy, right? So here's question number 1. Question number 1 says, what makes you happy? Write it down. Write these things down while I'm talking to you. Write it down. Okay? But you say, what makes you happy? Well, what makes Miss Brandy happy? What makes me happy is serving. What does that mean, Miss Brandy? You're going to serve some lunch to somebody? No, I mean serving in the capacity of making sure the people that are around me are okay. So serving to me looks like helping the elderly, helping children. People don't have to be elderly or children for you to help them in whatever capacity. Going to the grocery store and you see a woman and kids struggling. trying to get in the car or whatever, helping them, making sure, you're watching out and that kind of thing. So being vigilant, right? To pay attention to make sure she's getting in the car, the kids are getting in the car. This could sound like sometimes that's a male's job. No, not really. That's a society. That's a community's job. But I enjoy that. Or cleaning. I love to clean and I love to cook. So guests at my house get to live like kings and queens when they visit. I enjoy serving. I enjoy putting a smile on people's faces. How do you do that? With love. That's who I am. I serve and I serve with love. So again, serving can look like anything. Like I said, I enjoy catering. I'm happy when I'm catering to people. What makes you happy? That's question number one. Let's keep going. Let's see where we can go with this. And as I've been talking, you'll kind of see, again, as I talked about, I use the word enthusiastic. I use the word interesting. So think about this as you think about what makes you happy. And happy comes from the inside out. It's not a thing. It's a feeling. It's an emotion. It's an internal gauge, if you will. So you know how you look in your mom or your dad's car and there's that gas gauge and it's either on E or it's on full or it's on that half. That's what happy is. It's an internal gauge, right? So next question. That's question one. Let's go to question two. Question two says, what are you good at? If you're very happy about serving, Miss Brandy, how do you serve? What are you good at? What makes you a great server? Again, I thoroughly enjoy cooking. I thoroughly enjoy cleaning. So, like I said, I'm always catering, if you will, and I'll use that word, to other people that are around me. And I do this regularly. Even many of you know me. Miss Brandy is always in cater mode. I want to make sure that people are happy all the time if you're around me. And I know that that's impossible. You can't make everybody happy. But in serving, you can. So what makes me feel good? What makes me feel good is serving others, putting a smile on others' face. And that's what I'm good at. I can do that by making you laugh. I can do that by listening. I can do that by helping you. So maybe you need help with your homework. Maybe you're having trouble and you want to talk to someone and you just need a listening ear. These are things that I can do. This is how I can serve, right? What are you good at? Talk to me. Write it down. As we're talking about this, don't forget to write this stuff down because you can go back to it, right? Again, as we talk about passion and how we discover it, it's going to lead to something. At the end, I'm going to tell you what it's going to lead to and why passion is important, okay? Don't let me forget to tell you that part. I promise I won't, okay? So again, that's question number two. What are you good at? And Miss Brandy is good at serving. Question number one was what? What makes you happy? Serving. I'm going somewhere with this. What makes me happy? Serving. What am I good at? Serving. Let's see if this third question makes any sense to you. How would you spend your time if there was nothing else you had to do? Miss Brandy, how would you spend your time? You guessed it. Serving. Of course. Of course I'm going to serve. That's what I do. It makes me happy. I enjoy it. I can do it and no one has to tell me to do it. I'm excited to do it. I'm always thinking about it in ways that I can serve and help others and put a smile on their faces. Faces, not faces, faces. So again, all three of my questions landed with the same answer. What makes me happy? Serving others. What was it? What makes me happy? And then it was, what am I good at? That question there. And then, what would I do if I had nothing else to do? And again, all three of my answers landed under serving. And that's for me. So that was how I discovered my passion. So, Miss Brandy, just because all three of those you liked, you enjoyed, and the same thing doesn't mean that's your passion. Ding, ding, ding. True. That's absolutely true. But as life goes on, so remember we talked about um, how you don't always discover it right now. Sometimes things have to happen. Well, I've been in different situations and experiences where it has led me down toward to be able to narrow down my path to I enjoy serving. Part of my serving is being at the Boys and Girls Club. I enjoy being around the youth and learning from you guys. So I'm not just a mentor. I get to learn too. You know, adults learn from you guys, and you're such an amazing group of people and you have so much to offer that I can't wait till all of you all see and blossom to what your passion is, right? So we've got to the three questions. We've talked about that passion can be both positive and negative. We've given examples of the positive, maybe arguing with someone and you're very passionate about a topic, but it comes off sometimes very aggressive. That will be negative passion, but it's not necessarily a negative situation. Positive could be your loyalty to someone, just you're very passionate about a belief, something, whether it's homeless or you're advocating for the disabilities community or the military or elderly or children or single mothers or single fathers, whatever it is that you are very strong minded about, that you don't mind going out and saying, I believe in this, I will fight for this, whatever it is, that's positive passion, right? So as we talked about the positive and the negative, then we went on to be able to answer three questions as far as how do we even get to this point. The first one again was what makes me happy. The second question was what am I really good at? And the third question was what would I do if I had nothing else to do? Those are how we can get there. So as I told you, towards the end, I would try to figure out, and I had something else to say to you. So passion. Why is it important? Passion is important because it can lead to purpose. What's purpose, Miss Brandy? Come on, Miss Brandy. Well, it's important. It's important because you guys are working towards going to college. You're working towards getting a career wherever you want, whether it's a trade, barbers, cosmetologists, firefighters, policemen, teachers, doctors, lawyers, dentists, engineers. There's so many things that you can be and so many things you can do, and your passion leads you towards that purpose, right? So when you wake up every morning, you make a choice to decide what I'm going to do today. That choice or that decision leads you in the direction of how you're going to experience your passion, right? So if you wake up today and say, I'm going to be on that mess today, you're probably not going to be very close to your passion. I say that because your passion, what you want to do, usually leads you to something positive in the sense of it'll lead you to make something great happen for someone, something, or the place or community around you, right? Your passion should leave a mark. It should leave a legacy. So what do I want my legacy to look like? I want the world to know that Miss Brandy fought for the youth, that Miss Brandy was an advocate for the youth, and she served the youth in every capacity that she could by volunteering, by going out and serving the community with the youth, not just for the youth, but with the youth. Just being a mentor, being a listening ear. Again, passion. Passion, 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 passion. Serving. It all comes back to serving. That's what I like to do. So let's move forward. And that was the third question. So the next thing, then I told you, and I've been saying it the entire time, write, 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 write. Write what you should not or what should not be forgotten, right? So the reason I'm telling you to write this stuff down is because you want to go back to it. I write down all the time my goals for the day, my goals for the week, or my goals for the month, or my goals for the year, whatever it is. I write these things down, and they usually go towards fulfilling my purpose. How do I fulfill my purpose? I discover my passion. So I know it's like, okay, what's another question you can ask yourself? How do I discover my passion? Ask yourself, what did you enjoy when you were in elementary school or when you were younger? You know, what would you do if it didn't require you to get paid, right? So if you woke up and you didn't have to get paid for this, what would you do? What would you enjoy doing? That's a very good question. So write that question down. What is it that I can do and I do not mind getting paid or not getting paid for it? That's going to take you into your passion, which is going to lead you into your purpose. Okay? So again, write it down. What you write down will not be forgotten. As we go along, we can only see a short distance ahead, but we can see plenty that's needed to be done. What does that mean, Ms. Brandy? Again, what does this have to do with my passion? I'm going to discover it. There's things you can work on now. So I know that we have plans. Like I said, you want to go to college, you want to get a family, you want to have a nice car, you want to have the nice house. Your passion can lead you there. It can take you exactly where you're trying to go, right? And all of this is done by focusing on the right now. So what does that look like for you? Get your homework done. Get your homework done. So even though we're in quarantine right now, you still have work to do. Get your homework done. Or maybe you don't have homework. Maybe you have to do videos or whatever the case may be. Get yourself prepared, okay? Do what you can do now, and this will take you towards the future of wherever you're trying to go and whatever you want to do. And it's all geared towards getting you towards your passion, right? Then, as we move along, if you're always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. What does this mean? Again, Miss Brandy. Well, what this means is be you. Your passion is what makes you authentic. It's what makes you original. It's how you advocate, how you display your belief or your loyalty to whatever the cause, the person, the belief, the place, whatever it is. That's what makes you amazing, right? So dig deep. What you've been writing down, make it personal. Again, your passion comes from within and it displays itself out, right? So your passion is positive energy that you're putting out. Your legacy that I keep saying, what you're going to leave behind. What are people going to remember about you when you leave this earth? Okay? So be amazing. Do that by being original. Okay? And last but not least, if you can fly or if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. And if you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving. Whatever you do, keep being strong about what you do. Be courageous. Be fearless. Even though fear is going to come. Passion doesn't come without fear. Passion doesn't sometimes come without pain. It's happy. It's sad. It's angry sometimes. It can look many different ways. But at the end, keep moving. Life's going to keep giving you experiences. It's going to keep putting you in situations that are going to allow you to grow and blossom. And you will have discovered your passion, which is going to lead you to your purpose. So again, don't forget you wrote down those 3 questions that you can think about, even if you didn't write them down now or you couldn't answer them at this moment. Take some time later and think about it as we're on quarantine or trying to go out and figure out how to get back busy into the community as we open up Missouri again or wherever you reside. Think about these. Take these 3 questions that I asked. What makes you happy? What are you really good at? And what would you do if you had nothing else to do? Take those 3 questions. Take some time and answer them for yourself. Until next time, this is Miss Brandy. I'm coming to you again from the Boys and Girls Club of Greater St. Louis, and we have just discovered how to get into our passion. Have a good one.